5. Soil erosion and soil conservation. In this chapter, you will learn about the factors that cause soil erosion, the harmful effects of soil erosion, the steps taken to prevent soil erosion. Soil is the most valuable resource on earth. Soil contains metals and minerals in its layers. It also grows plants, the food producers, for human beings and animals. Soil supports plants as well as animals. It gives us food through the growth of plants. 95% of our basic needs for food, shelter, and clothing are fulfilled from land. We cannot imagine life without soil. Most of human activities is a threat to the soil resource. The other factors are indiscriminate felling of trees and overgrazing. Soil formation. Nothing remains constant in nature. Things constantly change, though the change is not visible. Rocks are weathered over thousands of years by blowing winds, flowing water, and changes in temperatures. Weathering is the process by which rocks are broken into smaller particles by the action of rain, wind, etc. to form soil. Therefore, soil we see is tiny bits of rock that have been broken down many times in size. Soil is the upper layer of the earth's surface. It is here that plants grow. The roots of the plants draw nutrients and water from the soil. Soil erosion. Natural forces like wind, rain, and running water help in soil formation, but they may harm the soil also. At places covered by natural vegetation, there is a balance between the formation of soil and the loss of soil. Often this balance is disturbed by human or natural forces. Then the topsoil is removed from the surface of the earth. The wearing off or carrying away of soil by water or wind is known as soil erosion. As a result of soil erosion, the land loses its fertility. Land affected by soil erosion cannot produce enough to feed all the living things that live on it. Farmers get less food grains. We should therefore know the agents responsible for soil erosion and stop or control their action. Running water causes soil erosion. When it rains, part of the water percolates into the ground. But a major portion of water just flows away, carrying soil with it. During the rainy season, you may see that flowing rainwater is muddy. The greater the force of flowing water, the more is the amount of soil it will carry away. The running water carries the fertile top layer and deposits it in the riverbed or carries it to the sea. The deposition of the fertile top layer of the soil in the riverbed is called silting. Rivers flowing down a hill carry a lot of soil with them. After they reach the plains, the soil is deposited there. If the soil is too much in quantity, the river cannot continue to flow along the same course. It changes its course, often flooding the nearby villages and forests. This leads to further soil erosion. Have you read about the Yellow River in China? It is called Huanghu. It is known as the sorrow of China because it changes its course very often. This results in loss of life and property. In Bihar, the river Kosi also changes its course frequently. Wind, an agent of erosion. The top layer of soil can be easily blown away by strong breeze or wind. Continuous removal of topsoil by wind, especially where there are no plants to hold the soil, results in the less fertile subsoil coming to the surface. Farmers suffer because of soil erosion. Human activities also cause soil erosion. Felling of trees or deforestation is a major cause of soil erosion. The roots of trees and plants hold the soil together. When trees are cut down, the soil becomes loose and is easily carried away. Plowing of the hill slopes is another human activity that leads to erosion. Overgrazing by cattle also causes soil erosion on the hill slopes. Soil conservation. Man is constantly damaging the soil. Tons of soil is carried away by wind or water due to the deforestation. The desert land is spreading fast. The protection of the soil to check soil erosion is called soil conservation. There are different methods to check soil erosion. Avoid overgrazing by animals. Animals, while grazing grass and soft plants, make the soil loose and cause soil erosion. Grazing by animals should be shifted from one place to another to minimize the damage. Also, more land should be converted into green pasture land for the animals to graze. Banking of rivers. When rivers get flooded, they cut the bank on both sides of the river. Fertile soil on both sides of the river is washed away. Therefore, we must make the river banks stronger. Planting of grass and shrubs. If we plant grass, plants and shrubs, their roots help in holding the soil tightly together. This will help in conservation of soil. The wind blows off the topsoil after harvesting and before raising the next crop. To avoid this, farmers must grow cover crops like grass and creepers. They keep the land covered. In addition, trees and bushes should be grown along the boundaries of the field to protect the soil from strong winds. Covering hill slopes with forests. To avoid landslides and erosion of soil in hill areas, the slopes should be covered with forests. Terrace farming on the hill slopes also help in soil conservation there. Making small bunds around the fields. If the farmers make small bunds around their fields, the chances of soil erosion is reduced. All these steps help in conserving the rich and fertile soil. Then we can produce enough food for millions of people and animals. Roundup. Soil contains metals and minerals in its layers. It also grows plants, the food producers for human beings and animals. Weathering is the process by which rocks are broken down into smaller particles by rain, wind, etc. to form soil. The wearing off or carrying away of soil by water or wind is known as soil erosion. The protection of the soil to check soil erosion is called soil conservation. Conserving the rich and fertile soil will help to produce enough food for millions of people and animals.